Hey guys, it's me, it's your girl, and I have company. This is my daughter, Shamia. Say hi, Shay.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
So, guys, me and Shay, we rap all the time, okay? That's my girl. We on the phone all the time. We're always in real deep conversation, right? And for the longest now, I mean months now, it's my thing. The words that have been flowing out of my mouth so freely and boldly is generational curses. And how I'm constantly talking to my children and having them now to understand that they have been respectful children for all their lives. They don't do a lot of mouthing back and forth with adults and things like that. And I had came up on them one day. We were in the house together, and I was talking to them, and I was telling them, like, listen, it's not okay for people to treat you a certain way regardless of who the person is. I said these are the things that are considered to be generational curses, and it has to stop. Stop it here, okay? And we've been talking about that throughout the day, and we were so deep into the conversation. We was on the phone for about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about, chopping it off. Like, generational curses is nothing but behaviors that family have allowed to go on from generation to generation, and it continues on. And I'm talking in families all around. Every last one of us, I don't care how many of you out there, we all came together right now. We would all agree that there is behavior in each family that is not acceptable. It's not okay. And no one should have to turn face to it or anything. It needs to be called out. It needs to be cut off. And we were talking about dysfunction being root of generational curses, right?
Yes.
And your take on the dysfunction. So where do we begin? Like, what do you consider to be the dysfunction in families that you know of? Like, because we know many families. We all have them,
Mm-hmm.
And even in your own, like, just to say every family has a branch on a family tree, but every branch has its own little stuff that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And we all are taught and trained up for generations and generations to overlook it, dismiss it. Oh, don't pay them no mind. That's not okay. It's not cool, right? And, that's what we were talking about. So, some of the dysfunctions, like your big issue with things that you witnessed from having friends and loved ones and all of the families that you witnessed just from observation, what would be one of the biggest dysfunctions that you saw?
Communication. A lot of people don't, and I'm learning as I get older, a lot of people don't like to listen. And to have a conversation, you have to have two or more people actively participating. So that means I talk, you listen while I'm talking. You talk, I listen while you're talking. But with people, and I've noticed in a lot of families, you can never get to the talking part because it's like one person will start and then this person gets offended, so they jumping in trying to respond to what you said, but then you didn't even really get what you was trying to say out. So now it's just like we going all left field when we could just boom, boom, boom. You let me talk, I let you talk, we get it out. So communication, definitely, I've noticed that with a lot of my like friends and their families, my own family, whatever, and just in general. So I would say communication. What else would I say?
And you guys already know from the beginning of this channel, communication was key, right? That is the number one key to life. You can't make it out here in the world if you cannot communicate.
Yes, I agree. But also listening and comprehension.
True.
Because a person can communicate with you all day, but if you're not listening or you don't understand what they're saying, then it's just like talking to a brick wall. Like,
I agree. And that ties right into, look what you just said, ties right back into what you was given as your definition of, one of the most prominent dysfunctions that you saw the most was the communication. And then you said people don't listen. But the thing was, you said something right in there when you said, you know, because by the time you get your first 2 words out and they cut you off. And that can happen even if you give that person the floor first.
Yes.
You could give them the entire floor and they can say it 30 minutes straight. And that means they said it from the left to the middle, from the right to the middle, from up and down, 30 minutes. Either way, now can I get the mic? Can I speak?
Right.
And I've seen that. But you know what that is? That's just a quick defense mechanism to keep from looking at self. Right? That's what I see. And
it's a tactic to get you off track, because if you notice, if you talking to a person and they keep interjecting, you start responding to them instead of staying on the topic that you're trying to say. Because if I'm talking and all you hear is the word stupid and you react and say, I'm not stupid, now I'm going to respond, I didn't call you stupid. Now we not even talking
but that's
about
the same thing.
What we were talking about, because you just trying to move the piece around so we don't have to.
Same thing. It's a deterrence. You know, to deflect. You don't want to look at yourself. But like it was the communication, that being key to everything. And like you say, constantly cutting you off and things like that. That's one of the biggest dysfunctions. Lack of communication is prime. Communicating yourself first, and then lack of communication will be second. And like you said, to be closed off and not hear. One thing about communicating, when you're doing it effectively, you have a place to stand and say, hey, can you I don't really get where you're going with this, or I'm seeing this 2-3 different ways so that I'm not reading it wrong. Can you break down where you're coming from with what you're presenting right now? And the person can clear that up for you. But you have to be big enough to grow. That's what that really is about. It's about being big enough to grow, because if you're quick to cut a person off after the second word, that means you're already smacking down anything that's going to reflect the mirror at you and cause you to look at self. And when you do that, guess what? Somewhere in some part of your brain, you're saying, yeah, I got them off. You just stunted your own growth. That's what you did. Yeah. Because you got to be willing to hear what somebody else's issues are. If somebody else is feeling a certain way, or they have an issue or concern, you should be big enough to hear what they have to say and then make it clear for them. Maybe they misunderstood what you presented to them and took it offensively when you didn't mean that at all. But you won't know that until you had a conversation.
But normally people also take things offensively when they know it's some truth to it. Oh, yeah. Like if you know that what I'm telling you is hitting a nerve or it's stinging, you like...
That's when they're going to block you.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like if it ain't true, why you getting so...
Yeah, that's what it is.
What's going on right now?
And then like the thing of, okay, bringing up past issues. That's another issue, right? And it's sad because some things you shouldn't have to bring up from the past, like, no, not all the time, but some issues or situations, it's really stemming from that. If it's stemming from something hanging off that just happened or took place and we never even got to sit down and really resolve it so that we both can understand where we were at the time. Because the same way I could have got offended by something someone said, because the way, whatever mindset or emotional stance I was in, I could have been standing in a defensive mode set, then everything I heard was offensive to me, right? Because you don't know what I may have went through a few minutes before you called or we got into this topic. And now I'm already locked up and defensive because I'm closed off and here you come. So you go back and just have that conversation about the matter. You'll find that, wow, I didn't know. Okay, I thought you were saying it this way. And I truly felt like that's how you were saying that. And I'm glad we had this moment to talk about it, because now I understand that's not what you were doing at all.
Yeah. Now, see, I have those moments with my best friend a lot. Like, we get into arguments, but then we can't always come back and be like, no, this is what I was saying. And this is what I was saying. And normally it's really just because we are different people. We all see stuff differently. We perceive stuff differently. So we could be looking at the same exact thing, but we see something different. So you see it from one point of view and I see it from a different point of view, and all we got to do is really talk about it so that we can both understand where each other coming from. Like,
and that's the truth.
That's really all it is.
That's why I say it's no real right or wrong in any situation. I mean, if it's a point to prove of a factual date, time, stamp type behavior, then of course there will be a correct answer. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to communicating and voicing one's opinions or your feelings or how you perceive something, there is no right or wrong, because those are your emotions, right? And these are my emotions. And like you just said, you may process things a certain way. Where I stay, and I'm right here. I stay straight down the middle. That way I can see things. So when I get information, I see 3 drop downs in front of me. This is how my brain functions. I see 3. I see this over here. I see this, and I see the middle, right? Mm-hmm. So therefore, I'm able to understand where you're coming from. I'm also able to understand where this person is coming from. And a lot of times I've experienced, even in that moment, 2 people have an issue, but they both standing on 2 different issues.
That goes back
and
to
that listening. They have a conflict going on, but they don't realize they're mad at each other for 2 different things. And I'm saying, wow. And then you try to go and explain like, hey, and me be the one say, listen, pray. Just go pray tonight. That's all I'm asking you to do. Can you please pray? And then y'all need to sit down and have a conversation. You know, because if you sound like you're going to say, well, hey, they didn't even mean it like that. So what y'all over there? Nobody has time for that bull crap, okay? You will not have me all up in that like that. It hurts my heart when I see folks having disagreements and nobody will be big enough to hear what the other person has to say. Or that one person is hearing all that you have to say. And then as soon as, like you said, they finally get the floor, they say 3 words, and you just all of them. And then may have the audacity to hang up on them. That's not cool. Not cool at all. Because at the end of the day, guess who just won in that?
I am a hanger-upper because I don't like arguing and yelling and stuff.
Yeah, but
so if I'm talking to you and you get to like yelling and it gets to a point where we battling each other, I'm gonna hang up the phone.
That's understandable.
I'm just
hanging up. I said in order.
You talking about like when a person,
I said in order. If a person gave you the floor and you just said all that you had to say, and now it's their time, because that's what you just said, they'll cut you off as soon as you get 3 words. You may not sit quietly for 30 minutes, and hello, as much as I can talk, I can also be quiet. I can sit for 30 sometimes. And let you. I say sometimes they're not. Whatever, don't go there. Hello. But no, real talk. I can seriously give you the mic and sit there. And guess what? I could take mental check notes in my head of everything I'm going to come back with to respond to what you're talking about on each one of them. But that's not cool. When they get the mic, you want to go here, go there, throw up all this other stuff that has nothing to do, just to get it all the way further away from where we are in this moment.
Right. It's like even in a debate, you got some type of structure where they get to talk and you got to listen, and then you get to give your rebuttal. Like, I mean, yeah, they still give they still cut in right now and again too. But like, just shut up and listen. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, because I think it's a
That's
thing.
That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen more than we speak.
I know. I like that. Oh, chef. I like that. I like it. It was another old saying: "Take the cotton out your ears and put it in your mouth." Gotcha. Yeah. I like that. Real talk. Stuff the cotton in your mouth. Take it out your ears. Because if they spent more time instead of over talking after you already had your turn to speak and allow someone else to speak, it wouldn't be a big mess in the end, right? Take the cotton out your ears. Don't block what they're trying to say. Hear them out. Don't take it so personally that to the point that you're so offended and so defensive that you've now stuffed your ears with the cotton again. So take it out, give them time to speak, and you'll find that sometimes you don't even have to respond to everything people say. Because sometimes you're going to have a set of people that may come and try to tell you all these negative things about you that you truly know is not you. So now you got to say, okay, you said a few things in there that I might can hold on to, a couple.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you got to pause a minute and say, well, thank you, I appreciate you sharing your feelings, if that's how you truly feel. Go stand in the mirror with self. Stand in the mirror for a few minutes with self. Pray on that thing. And you know what's yours. And everything that's yours, be big enough to go say, you know what? Guess what? I thought about everything you said for the last day or so. And I must say, I'm gonna work on that. And a couple of things I will agree to, or I will work on. These other ones over here, that's not me. Okay? They don't fit in no part or no shape, form, or fashion when it comes to me. So I'm gonna hand you these back. That's how you deal with that. But I call that stunting growth. You know, when you cutting people off and then you thinking you want some battle, it's not a battle because everybody has their own opinion. You know, but this dysfunction, that's the one thing, the communication. Communication is everything. Mm-hmm. Without it, we all die. Real talk. We die. And we can't tell each other how we feel, you know, and not feel like, oh, does that make me weak or soft to say, that hurt my feelings? You know, hey, you say whatever, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm hurt for real. You got to admit those things. Because when you don't, this is the other one. Communication. Lack of communication. And not being able to hear what another person have to say to you. All of that falls right under. So we can go into communication and find a few keys dropping out on just the word alone. Okay? Mm-hmm. But the other one, like, you have, let's say this. That's this function right here. That's one of the biggest, this is the root of your generational curses. Say, for example, I'm quite sure many of you can identify with a story or somewhere way, way back when where something may have happened to a family member, a child, or something like that. You know, somebody tampered with them, hurt them, finessed, played, you know what I mean, molested, played with, hurt them. And everybody in the family know about this. But yet the person didn't go to jail, and everybody got to tiptoe around this story and be quiet. But the child may be still hurting. You understand? But that's something that you just go on. And time again, everything is, and what it goes on in this house stays in this house. No, some of the trash in the house has to go out, don't it?
And I'm happy you said that, because I was going to say that as well. It's like understanding that even though you might be in the same family with a person, you have different experiences than your family members. And just because you think it may not have been a big deal, it may be a big deal to that person. So it's like people harbor things for years that sometimes people don't even know about. And it's like, oh, I forgot about that. And it's like, yeah, you forgot about that, but I didn't, because it happened to me. Like,
exactly.
That been with me for years. Like, and you don't ever even stop to say, like, well, how do you feel? Like, are you okay? Anything. Like, a lot of stuff get brushed under the rug in families too, which
there it is. And I said
contributes to the dysfunction, because at some point it's gonna. You can only hide stuff for so long.
Guess what? After a while, you're going to have a molehill sitting in the middle of your living room, which you call a rug. Like, trash has to go out, right? And if anything that's not making you feel good, making you feel love is patient, caring, and kind, correct? Is that love for you? So if it's not giving any of those type of vibes, then it's trash. Mm-hmm. It has to be called out, exposed in the light, chopped off at the roots, and thrown in the trash, tied up real tight, and dispose of it. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. And I'm like, I'm so sick of walking around and getting with people and hearing how something has gone on with them and one of their loved ones. You know? Mm. And I'm like, wow, Lord, this is too much. You know? Because time is precious.
Yeah, and you would think at a time like this, like, people are coming together. Like, we are in the middle of a whole pandemic, people losing their lives left and right. You would think that this would be the time that families and loved ones and friends would come together, because you're seeing so many people lose their lives just.
Yes.
It's
like right
at any given point, it could be one right of your loved ones, and it's
God forbid,
people acting foolish,
and that's real talk. And y'all have heard me say that time and time again. Time is precious. I'm not about to say how short no life is, because I plan to be here. I plan to be here because my God, I know He got something for me. Trust me. Something special for me. So I plan on being here. But the thing is, it really messes me up when I hear this, because it's already in your face. You don't know when the minute or the hour is.
Like, it shouldn't have to happen to you for you to be like.
Yeah, or you looking at the same person, and now here go there, one of their family members are dropped. Now you calling. Oh my God, girl, boy, oh man, what's up? But you ain't had 5 words to say to them out of probably some mess you done. But your pride too big for you to go back and apologize for. So you rather sit there in a whole molehill of mess and an overfilled trash can of mess that you choose to keep not paying attention to. Or and let's go to what you said. You know that. You called it. When they do whatever they do and you're over it, that's an abuser. That's what abusive people do. Same with any domestic situation. If a man beating on his wife after he beat her, what'd he do? Come back, give her a kiss, flowers, want to make love now, and don't say nothing. Put on makeup. Still mess, molehill. But that's what an abusive person does. When you are inflicting pain. If I took a knife out right now and sliced her on the arm, would I feel it? No. But I know I done it. I know she felt it. So what the fuck would I care?
Yep. And 5 years from now, she could forget that she sliced me. I ain't never gonna forget it.
I forgot, even when I sliced her, I said, I know what I done. But I didn't feel that cut, she did. And does that make that great? No. I mean, come on now. We gotta step up, people. We have to step up. And guess what? We're not going to make it so easy to say, I'm just sick of him. That's it. Because that's what the devil do want, for real. Don't keep that in mind. His job is to divide. What is it? Conquer, divide, destroy. Kill, correct? Somewhere in that order. You know he out to cause you harm. No, that's what he does. He divide, he conquer, and he kill. And if he could kill the communication in a family or a relationship, a marriage, a friendship, or whatever, he's going to do that. Because once he killed the communication, it ain't but so far out there that you ain't going to last that long. Correct? We just said communication is life, right? I can't eat if I'm somewhere lost without being able to communicate I need help. Correct? So once he cut the communication, what else? What else happens from there? Death. I'm just saying. Pride too big. We got it. And why is it that you look weak when you tell a person you love them? I don't understand that either. But yeah, real talk. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like people so, like, I see it though. It's so sad because I see it. I see the hurt. I see you scared. I see you been through it. I see some folks that dogged you out too, cross you up, whatever. I see
That's the thing we all have. And if we all just keep that in mind, I feel like the world would be a much better place. If we all consider the fact that this is a human, just like I'm a human, they don't know what I just went through, just like I don't know what they just went through. So can we all just be respectful to each other and kind to each other and nice to each other? I thought the pandemic would have taught us that too, being in solitude for so long, a lot of us. Exactly. It would make you embrace people again, but it's making people crazy.
Yeah, now I ain't even gonna say just crazy, because some of them know exactly what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It just makes them selfish. And one thing about that, you know how it go. They say it's lonely at the top sometimes. So you that selfish and you stepping on everybody and crushing hearts and feelings and stuffing emotions and teaching others to swallow their emotions because you really don't care about the pain you inflict on each other. That's not okay. You know, these are curses, people. These things didn't just start with you and your friends and family and close ones. This came from way, way, way back down the line.
Yep.
Deep down in there, that root. That root is about black now by the time it's getting up here to where we are. Mm-hmm. So what we going to do with it, people? It's poison. Cut it off.
Yep, I was talking to my friends about that. We was talking about how, like, now that we getting older, we starting to really realize, like, how our family really shapes who we are. Like, the way we respond to stuff, the way we react to stuff, it's all based on, like, how you was raised, and you don't even, like, it's like a subconscious thing you don't even realize. Mm-hmm. Because, like, me, with our family, I like to think that I'm the more calm one, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm the more, like, bubbly, like, they call me the white girl, like, whatever. I'm all in my own little planet. Like, and everybody else is kind of like, I'm not going to say the family is mean, but it's just, I feel like I'm more different than everybody in the family. But when I'm, like, around my friends and I get into, like, arguments or, you know, intense conversations with them or other people, I become more aggressive. And it's like, okay, I do fit in with my family. Like, I get some stuff from them, like, but with them, I feel like I be looking like sometimes like, was I placed in the right family? Because I be on cloud nine in my own little universe. Are you gonna talk?
Yeah. I know. I'm like, go ahead. I'm coming.
Oh.
No, you're funny, man.
They can see you through this thing.
Who?
Your whole shadow is there.
Well, I hope they not doing all that, but okay. Hold on. Go ahead, finish. You got it. Yeah.
What was I talking about?
Oh, see, you gotta be on point.
No, I was talking about, like, you know, like, as I get older, basically, you start to realize that your family shapes you and makes you who you are. So, in comparison to my family, I like to feel like I'm the more bubbly, outgoing. I'm kind of shy and quiet compared to the rest of my family as well. But I'm also the one that, if you come talk to me, I will talk to anybody. I get that part from my mother. So we are alike in that aspect. Like, I'll talk to anybody about anything. I don't care. Like, you could be a homeless person on the street. I'll talk to you. It doesn't matter. So in certain aspects, I feel like I'm different from them. But then when I see myself in other arenas, if you will, I start to see, like, okay, I am like them. Like, I do get certain traits from them and, like, certain behaviors and attitudes and things like that from my family. And me and my friends were talking about that, like, how all of us were kind of coming to that realization at the same time. They're like, dang, like, we really are a product of our family. And some of us kind of messed up a little bit because of that. Like, because of the dysfunction that we grew up in and we witnessed, and it just became normal. And now we do those same things that we dislike or that we didn't want to deal with growing up. We end up becoming those same people. So that was just a weird little, like, come to Jesus moment, I guess. I don't know how this lady left me on her show, but hey, if y'all want me to start a YouTube, let me know. Because
you petty as a mother. You could have said you would be the co-host. Like that. Dang, she just about to knock her own mother out the box. See what I'm talking about, y'all? You see that?
Listen, YouTube is a commitment I'm not ready to make, so trust me.
She is trying to knock me out the box.
You just left me out here.
That? I told her, I said, I'll be right back.
I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over.
No, real talk, though. You was talking some good stuff. You said, now I do feel like I identify with this family. But yeah, like that, you know, it's like I see so many things and it just blows my mind. And then I even catch myself, like you said, you become a part of your pack. I mean, you're born into it, okay? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I was just sending a message to my girlfriend downstairs. And I said, something, this and that. And I said, the thing ran it back. I said, oh, wow, whoa, that sounds really aggressive. Let me try this again. So my son started laughing. And I'm like, yeah, I said, it sounded a little aggressive. I'm going to do it over. So I sent something back. I said, man, I got to work on that. And like my brother, we just had it all on the phone. Sometimes. Yeah, and I know, but I come from that. That's the whole thing.
You called me the other day and said, what are you doing?
I know.
I said, working? Like, what's wrong? Oh, you doing overtime and they ain't paying you for overtime? I said, I'm just trying to finish something. Oh, okay. I'm like, dang.
I'm checking. But yeah, I had to see that, right? I said, whoa. But our whole family does it.
Don't be trying to talk about we things. Let them know the real you.
Hey, but we do this. So now I'm sitting here, I'm talking, my brother he called me, and I'm asking the question I was asking earlier. I said, stop freaking yelling in my ear all the time. He might be pissed off with me right now. So he know I love him, but hey, we got to stop it. That's all I'm saying. When you see it and you already know now, I know your spirit telling you this ain't cool. Like I shouldn't have to keep overlooking this because you are who you are and I'm who I am. Should we keep, that's not okay. It's about a matter of love and respect to the point that now the old way of things is done. We're in a new day and time. Okay? And older people shouldn't just talk any kind of way to younger people just because they're young and just so happen to be around the same age as the little knucklehead disrespectful ones that you might have to encounter in your neighborhood does not mean they are everywhere you go. But I've seen older people, and I'm talking senior citizen old, to not that 50 and over stuff. I'm talking about in their 80s. That's very rude, very mean, toward young folks. And I'm saying, now wait a minute, the little boy just held the door for you people, and you didn't even say thank you to him. But then you pissed off when somebody, the next one, let the door go in your face. Like, come on, and we have to do better. Don't keep saying it's okay when it's not. Real talk. Don't keep turning away from it and smiling it off if it's not okay. Stop it right there and call it out. I had someone doing something. I said, don't do that. I don't like that. Really. And I had to do that quickly instead of sitting there allowing it to fester and fester in me, because I know it's something I don't like. And then because you reminded me of someone that I no longer do. And with that behavior, I'm not about to do it twice. So I'm going to let you know how I'm feeling about that. And I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to see what you do with it. Then you already know what you're dealing with. If you're going to be a manipulative mindset to just come back and do it again, knowing that's something that bothers me, then I'm already go ahead and chop. That's it. Chop. I don't need nothing growing on me that ain't beautiful. You understand that? Real talk.
That's why it's so much dysfunction in families, because we have been trained that we can't chop our family.
Yeah, you
can't chop your family. That's your family. That's your blood. So it's like whatever they come with, you just gotta take it and eventually forgive them, because that's your family and you only get one family. And
yeah, but that's still doing the same thing. Yeah. It's telling you to accept it. Because
that's why I said that's why there's so much dysfunction in family, because you can't, people tell you that you can't chop your family.
Yeah, they want you to just accept what they're doing and act like it's not happening. We're not doing it.
Yeah, and the truth is sometimes your family is the most hurtful people in your life. That be the crazy part about it. Like, your family do stuff to hurt you more than outside people do to hurt you. True. And it's like, dang, I would expect that from outside people. I don't expect that from
That's
my
why
family.
God. That's why our God tell us that we have a family, right? We all His children, but you have a soul tribe, right? And at the end of the day, you also know what happens with the roots, right? What did I say about that root? I said that curse right there, that root is way back down in there. That root is black now, right? What you gonna do with that root? Chop it off. Cause if it's just rotten, then you're gonna have to do what you have to do. Because if you don't, you know what it's gonna do. That thing gonna consume you. I told you, y'all know how I feel about my plants. Anything ain't right on it, got to go. Chopping it off.
She love these plants.
Yes, because you would not, that's the same with the fungus on this. That generational curse, that shit is too old.
She love these plants so much. She call these plants my siblings.
They
are
are.
not my siblings.
Yes, they are. And you better look out for them too. Because when mommy out of town, they say you better
when you be out of town, I open the blinds or whatever you ask me to do.
That's right. Go check on your brothers and sisters.
I ain't talking to them and all of that stuff.
Girl, bye. Turn the music on for them. They'll be fine.
She done named them. She be, hey girl, look at you growing, girl.
I sure do.
Oh, you ain't growing no more. Let me fix you. She really be.
Look, and I talk to them just like they my children. I be like, okay, what's going on with you? Get yourself together. Look, I had one in here that day. Did I tell you when the man came from down here? He was showing me his stuff. And I was showing him my stuff because he was going to make me something to use for my artwork. And I'm talking to him, and Joy, she was over there joking like this. And he was so saying, oh no, what is wrong with you, Joy? I said, I know that man. Names. I know that man. No, I saw the plant, Joy.
Oh.
I said,
see, I thought you thought
I said, what is wrong with you, Joy? We talking about like art, business, everything, but I see my baby over there with her little head like this. Boom. I said, wait a minute. What is wrong with you? Why are you doing this?
And he probably like...
He said, what? Oh, that chick, I know I thought about it 2 days later.
Like, shit.
Man, that chick was talking to something, a plant. Yes, I was. My girl was going like this.
He
that
probably
ain't good.
didn't even realize that it was the plant. He probably like, she sees something that I don't see.
She talked the spirits, okay.
Did he go ahead and get up out of here pretty quickly after that? Did he go ahead and vacate the premises?
Girl, he basically, the conversation was over for me. My damn baby over there looking like she depressed.
Because if I was him, the conversation would have been over for me. Who are you talking to, ma'am? There's nobody else
no
here.
problem. Go. You can go. Look, we got my baby together. She came back showing off, too. I'm loving it. Mm-hmm. Yes. But real talk, and that's what I'm about. Like, I love to see things transform into like its highest transformation. If that's cool, you feeling me on that? The highest transformation, because I don't know what your transformation level is, right? You don't know what mine is. God got that part, right? But just to see something that looks almost like nothing or something dead come back to life. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Dang. Ooh, that is crazy. Because I just shared with you how I just went to a sister's funeral, right? Dang, I just said transformation and come back to life. This blew my mind, y'all. I went to my sister Bridget's funeral, right? And my nickname is Squidget, right? And y'all know this is true, but that's it. So, we leave the funeral... And we don't go to the repast. We go up to our old neighborhood. We gonna go hang up and just go see everybody in the neighborhood for her, you know. And we pull up, and the guys and everything, they see the first car with my god sisters in there, and they all shouting out to each other, whatever. And then I see a younger one that's about my little sister's age, and he's a little brother. Our neighborhood back then, everybody was a big family. So I see him, I give him a hug, and he's like, oh, it's so good to see you. But you get that with me because they don't see me. You know, I'm in, I'm out, and then I'm into my own thing, right? And the next one came running up, and another one came, and they all got to hugging me. And one time, oh man, oh my God, you don't know how happy I am to see you. He said, man, they said you died. I said, what? What? I said, boy, no, I said, boy, you better shut your mouth. He said, no, for real. They said you died. I was so messed up. I went straight to looking on social media and all this. I'm like, wow. So I'm just looking in the sky like, thank you, Daddy. Wow. But then by the time I got on the call for so many different ones coming to hug me, I said, wow, is this what Lazarus felt like coming back from the dead? Real talk, because I feel like I died or something, which I have died before. Because you have to die to be reborn again. You have to die to cut off roots. When you cutting off curses in life and transformations to start to form in your life, you are going to die. And you should. And then you are rebirthed again and within yourself in a new spiritual platform where as though you know what it looked like. When it's mess. But guess what? We're going to pray for it. Let's all do that because y'all know I'll tell you in a minute. If you ain't ever tried it, please do. Okay? Just invite the Holy Spirit in and whatever name you use because he has many of them. As long as he connected to the Creator himself, do that. But I'm just saying, it's crazy, but that blew my mind. But then guess what hit me at the same time? And I'm like, wow. I mean, because I would get a hug, these type of hugs from them when they see me, because I don't come around much. I don't be out much. But that really that was already love. But to feel that extra like that, I said, wow, it's so good to know that I will really be missed. You know, that I got people that really, it would have mattered if I did go today or tomorrow. You feel me? Outside of my family, you know, my close-knitted persons, the parts of me. But that was a beautiful thing. But that's sad that we would have to hear something like that and then say, damn, I wish we would have hung out more. I wish we would have talked more. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to have fun, but it was just such little brief moments I had with that person in my memory. That's what I'm talking about. See, generational curses will keep you like this. That's why you don't have those moments with one another. You understand? You don't have memories to collect because the curse is doing what it was set up to do. Divide and conquer. Okay? Mm-hmm. And we as a people need to make it. We gotta do better. Chop it off. Stop saying it's okay. Stop agreeing to it, walking away from it, turning face to it, just so this one or that one won't be mad at you. Guess what? Ooh, how about I don't care who mad at me, long as God be for me. Real talk.
No, I saw a quote that said, or I might have heard somebody say it, I don't know. But basically, like, when you let stuff slide to keep the peace, you start a war within yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So, would you rather be at war with the world or at war with yourself?
Did I just not say?
You got to live with you every day. Hey. So, you got to do what you got to do so that you feel good and free, whatever. Because at the end of the day, nobody else going to have you like
but you know, I used to tell you that. I say, listen, I know they mad. Because I said no. I said, but I'd rather have their ass mad at me, not calling me,
right,
than me be looking at myself all damn day in the mirror.
I want to do.
No, every time you go to the bathroom, you will be looking in the mirror like this. Why the fuck what did you say yeah for?
Or even just like when you agree to stuff that you don't really want to do.
That's what I'm saying. You be mad at yourself.
You just be mad at yourself in that whole moment of doing whatever it is. Like for me, I do hair. Somebody could call me at the last minute and say, "Oh, can you do my hair?" And I really don't want to do it, but I'll say, "Sure, I'll do it." And then the whole time I'm doing the hair, I'm just like, "Why did I even agree to this?"
Yes,
I knew I didn't feel like doing this anyway. Now I got attitude because it's like I ain't want to do this. Just say no. They gonna be mad. They'll get over it.
Hey, you know damn well because y'all know what we talking about. You done been in the bathroom. Every time you go to the bathroom, you got to look in the mirror because you be washing your hands, right? Mm-hmm. You got to check yourself. You gonna be looking in the mirror like, If you even look at yourself, because you'll be surprised. A lot of people don't. Because and they can't look at themselves. But see, that's what I'm talking about when I say when people people tell you about things that they feel about you or they feel you done to them, don't be so quick to be on a defense mechanism or attitude or sandbox about it. No, take that, hold that, pray on that, and look at that. You know you better than anyone. You know when you're being truthful to yourself when looking at you or you're not. But you do have folks that run in and run out. I tell people quick, take 10 minutes. Because once you go wash your hands, look up, check your did that, then you're going to look again. Then you're going to look, oh, wow, I'm getting a little wrinkles. Oh, I'm this and that. Then now just lock eyes with self. Yeah, that's some wild stuff right there. Because you can't run from you. When you lock eyes with self, you're going to go through a whole lot of emotions in that 10 minutes. But I bet you feel so much taller when you walk out that room. That bathroom.
Yes. Looking at yourself in the mirror is a very intense thing. But you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror. You are yourself. You're going to have random moments where your mind is just quiet. And then out of nowhere, stuff won't just be popping up. It's going to be you saying stuff to people. You being rude to people. You're going to be like, dang. I did all of that. But I don't have a lot either, but I do have moments where I be like,
but then you know what? It's a moment, and I love.
That was a little bit much. Like you ain't.
You're right, and I love when I'm right there in the moment and I feel it coming. I may splat, and I be like, you know what? I apologize. That was not for you, and I truly apologize. You know what I mean? Because real talk, but let me shake that off and get back the way I was on high. You know, because I ain't want to get out of my bed this morning either. And just because somebody else might be pissed off, why should my day be ruined? Because I would love to have stayed up under them covers. Trust me. Hey, I be kicking some mornings like, okay. Thank you. How about that? Gratitude. Some did not wake up, so catch yourself early, baby girl. And I do just that. Thank you. Thank you. And please forgive me. Let me get going. What do you have for me to do today? And whatever I didn't get yesterday, please allow me an opportunity at it again. And receive it in your precious name, Jesus. Thank you. I mean, these are my conversations with God. And I'm not going to sit and tell you I'm a holy roly Bible reading. Holy roly, I don't know what that means. Because if it's holy, holy better be in it. And Holy Ghost better be right there in it. Okay? But real talk, I have my relationship with my God. And I love what I see. I truly do. And sometimes people almost will make you want to feel guilty for loving yourself and loving your relationship with God that allowed you to now be at a 100% in love with yourself moment. See what I'm saying? Because if people, and this is one of the other biggest curses, she said it first. She said it. You said it better. Gracefully. You say our families shape us. You didn't say it defines us. It makes us. It shapes us. And that's exactly what it is. You know, so I'm like, once we know, and that thing in you, I say you will have a moment. Trust me, I'm gonna tell you about that one day. But you better die to it. You have to. You got to die to it. So you can, once you reborn, and I'm gonna tell you how you know when you're there. Because when that thing ain't feeling right in you, and then you smiling and turning away to it to a point that feels even more degrading to you, or it makes you feel like you was just raped of something, stripped of something, you know, it's some things you gonna feel in there to know that, nah. Now, depending on what you're dealing with when it comes to individuals or people in your life, right? You got to pray on some things and know how to say what needs to be said, right? Because now it has to be cut. Now, at a moment when the root is black on one and then green on the other, you better make a decision on what side you want to be chopped off at. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. You want to be chopped off with the black stuff? Or you want to be chopped off on the green side? Because I'm about to chop. Figure it out. I just can't stand it. But I want to say I just love when I see things grow. and turn it into something beautiful. That is like, whoa. That thing do something for you, I'm telling you. But I'm telling you guys, it's time to look at the curses, call them out. They say things they say things fester in the dark, right? A lot of people didn't even know how we get mushrooms. Mushrooms is mold that grows in the dark for months.
And don't you supposed to put like goop on it or something?
And no, it's all in the manure. They put it in the manure and they wet the straw and all that stuff and they let the mold just grow and grow until it turns into mushrooms, right? Look at all that. But all that came from the ground and something you had to chop it off at a certain point, right? In order for that mushroom, which came out of all of that mess, that old beautiful, healthy, everyone has to have them now on their meals because mushrooms are healthy. Hello. Real talk. But this is what we do now. We walk around like with bottles of water in our hand and shit, knowing you've been drinking that one little ass bottle of water all day. So you're not, trying to look like you want some health shit. So then we eat mushrooms. We don't know which one's the right one. Some of them ain't right. And then they got some other ones out here that people want that. Get it together.
At this point, we got to just learn how to survive off of eating air because everything they tell us to eat that was good for us now is not good for us.
Shit, don't eat air. It's full of pollen. You gonna be itching on the inside.
You can't win. Like you can't win out here. You cannot win.
But real talk, man. I was just sitting here with that, and I said, "It's crazy. This thing been on me. I'm talking for months. This was months and months ago when I started saying this about these curses. Like." Chop it off. All it's going to do is eat it. It's going to eat up everything. And one thing for certain, the other thing, the communication and all the little keys that hang off of that with the chopping people off and not, just allowing yourself to be bold enough to look at self, right? It gets to a point now that, okay, you don't want to do this, you don't want to look at anything, but you're stunning your growth, right? If you know it's not right in your spirit, you feel it ain't right, you know what you're doing, even if you are the culprit, if you may be the one causing the problems. How well do you really sleep at night? Real talk. Because you can't be birthed out of families where there are people with good hearts involved and to be that vindictive and nasty and malicious and mean and wicked and not think you need to be dropping on all four. You need to drop down and bow down and stay down. And you need to speak to your most high from that standpoint right there. Okay? Real talk. Because it's learned behavior. It's learned behavior. And that's what I'm saying. The shaping is just what it is. It's shaping. It does not define you. It does not mean that's exactly who you are. That's your pack. We're all species. We're all survivors. We all come in tribes and packs. And we're out here to do whatever we have to do. We take care of our own. We groom our own. Unfortunately, sometimes we start to mistake our own and start to come in at and clawing at one another when that should not be. That's not okay. And we need to really, really chop it off. Die to it. Whatever that little thing in you telling you, you're not sleeping well. You're not. You stressed out. You going through it, you uptight, you this, you that, but you take it and you throw it out on someone who don't deserve it. And then you what, feel better? No, you don't. That's just like telling a lie and they got to keep up with that lie and then add to that lie on the next go round and that lie becomes about 15 other lies to the point is now you start to believe your own bunch of lies. No good. That's the molehill. Girl, you got a ramp in your living room?
A ramp?
Man, what you be doing up in here? Skateboarding or something? Because that's about what you got up under that carpet right about now. Get that stuff up out the house. No bull. Real stuff.
Hey,
Sweeping it under the rug.
You lost me. You said you got it
Sweeping it under the rug.
I thought you was talking to the plane again. I looked around like, who got around? What she talking about?
That was that sweeping it under the rug. That joint is a goddamn rap in the living room.
You got a skateboard? I'm like, wait. Let me find out she done named one of the plants skateboard.
Oh my Lord, hey y'all. That is funny. But no, real talk. You looking at it, you got a whole mountain standing in your living room right now. Get that stuff up out of there. Stop it. I want to see how many people are challenge themselves to that. Like, really, stop it. Call it out. Make the change.
Yeah.
Make the change.
Yeah, and dysfunction can be anything. Communication was just one.
That's one that took many avenues.
Yeah, that just a lot of stuff falls under communication. It could be. It could be a lot of
like
other
I said,
things.
but
it can be
you
like
teaching people
the
to
way
stuff their feelings. Because family, you are taught this.
Yeah, I was about to say,
in
like the way that you express yourself.
We talked about the aggression and tones and speaking.
That could be a dysfunction in your family if nobody knows how to express themselves in a healthy way. You got some family members that get mad and they just start throwing stuff around the house, breaking stuff. That's dysfunctional as well, because you need to learn how to control your emotions. Yeah. You shouldn't be flicking out trying to mess stuff up all the time.
Yeah, but we covered all of them. We say that.
Abuse.
Yeah, because that's all abusive behavior. You know what I mean? That's the same with, like I say, when a man, he beat on his wife, then what he do? He want to cover her up, look, pat her up, fix her up, and then tell her to cover it up. Mountain, up under the rug type shit. Come on now. When you moved in that damn place, you ain't had no damn ramp in the living room. What do I call that joint? Skate mohill. But real talk, just the whole thing. You the dysfunction, the non-communication, the not listening, the not allowing one to speak, or either I'm who I am, shut up. That's not cool, because that's forcing a person to stuff their feelings. You understand? And that's not okay. But these are the curses that bind us all. How about that? Because we all had them. Have them, moving through them, chopping them off, freeing themselves of them. You figure out what platform you on and stand on that. Yeah,
it's something in everybody's family that they notice, that it's like,
everybody
this person
just
do it to this
overlook
person, and then this person do it to this. That's just what we do. And
it's a freaking crawling. It's a root. It's a vine.
It's okay.
Cut it off.
I don't know. I just feel like your family should be your. You would think that would be like your safe space, because you don't know what you're gonna walk out in the world. So your family should be, where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe, where you feel secure, where you feel understood and heard, and all of that stuff. And child.
And I was just looking at how, and those were a lot of key factors right there. The dysfunction, the non-communication, the stuff in your feelings, whatever you hurting about or whatever goes on in the house or family stays in the family. If it's trash, it needs not to stay anywhere. It needs to go in the trash.
Or not being able to talk about stuff because it happened so long ago, like we was talking about.
Yeah, if it's old, you gotta let it go.
And it's like, just because
can't let it go till you free yourself of it.
Doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you.
Yeah, because it's about freeing yourself.
If it was never healed,
yes, exactly. And like I said, we have to be big enough to hear what people have to say to us, and just allow them to say what's on their heart, so that you can understand where their mindset is. And if you, you may find a lot of times, I promise you, out of 100% of the time, I will give you 99% strong. I want to say 99.5. Leave it right there too. I go right there. Okay? 9 times out of 10, it's a simple misunderstanding of perception, right? And that comes from either if you hear not in offense, you'll speak not in defense. You feel me?
Well, that depends with, are we still talking about dysfunction?
Yeah, we still on that, but I'm just saying, like, what I said it earlier, if I'm in already a defensive mode, I'm going to hear offensively. Because you don't know what I went through 5 minutes before you came with all the stuff you coming with, right? So my response could be that way off of just the energy, where I am, closed out. That's if I won't speak in defense if I'm not. You gotta pray on yourself sometime when people talking to you. Real talk. Just speak over yourself. Ask for God to be right there and allow you to understand and hear this thing from a point of view or where you need to hear from, as opposed to you being already offended or an offensive mindset because something that happened 5 minutes ago, you still don't have with that or something. You receiving this a certain way. But that's what most of it be. People hear things wrong and they feel like, I don't understand why asking a question or for clarity or just to make sure you're getting what you're supposed to be getting from what they're trying to deliver. Why does that make you stupid, weak, or slow? Because that's what people act like. Asking a question is just too much to do. But yet you're not clear on what the hell they just said. So why the hell would you not go on to get the clarity while you standing right there? You feel me?
That's because, I don't know, people, they don't try to get clarity. That's the point. People don't listen to actually hear. They listen to respond. That goes back to what we were saying. You hear one word and you take it and you run all over there. It's like, that's not even what we talking about.
But that's all still you stunting your growth.
Yeah.
You stunting your growth. And that's too much. It's just too much. But, those are some big factors. Dysfunction. That's your whole root right there to generational curses. If a certain person just cuts people out when they get at a certain place in their energy, or their mindset or their spirit, whatever that's going on with them, they just get to cussing everybody out. Oh, don't pay him no mind. Don't worry about that. Don't even pay him no mind. No. What the hell who you talking to? I don't give a damn who you are. Don't do that again. See, that's something everybody's told not to acknowledge. Don't pay no mind. That's why it's been going on for so damn long. They too damn old to be walking around here behaving a certain type of way.
Just ignore it.
And now everybody at their damn cookout got to be a bunch of bitches now because they're having a high frequency moment or some shit that short circuited or whatever the hell that happened. That's not okay with me. What you mean? Don't act like it. No, I will not. Call me another one. Do it again. Say it again. I'm not about to play with him or her. That's not. But this is generational stuff. This stuff has been going on and on. That's why everybody is so submissive to it quickly. Because they see their parents and this one and that one do it. Okay, let me do it too. We got to do it. This is how we do it with this one. No. No. Stop it. Let it stop. Make it stop.
Yep. It's literally like monkey see, monkey do. This is how we act. And if you are the one to go left and everybody go right and handle stuff in different ways, then they looking at you like, what?
Exactly.
Because if you in a family that all they want to do is yell and scream and curse each other out, and you're the one that's willing to sit and have a one-on-one dialogue and talk and ask like, okay, how did that make you feel? They're going to be looking at you like you got 3 heads because this is not normal. Like, this is not what we do. We yell and we curse and we scream and then we go shopping later. Like, or whatever it be in your family. But
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Everything happened and everybody just don't speak. They come back together.
Yeah, and then it's
smile.
just over.
Hey, ha ha ha. No.
Over.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool. You just sit up there trying to drag that on black root on up in here anyway.
I think everybody should ask themselves, if you were not related to the people in your family, would you be friends with them?
No, that's right.
Like, if we wasn't related, would I hang out with you? Like, would I talk to you?
Would I just chop you off?
Would we be cool, or would we have been like...
Get the chop.
Nah.
We chopping root. Get the chop. Set an axe.
Go.
Give it an axe.
I got that from Braxton Family Values.
That's what's up, though.
Tony Braxton told her sister, she's like, I love y'all, but I don't like y'all. If y'all wasn't my sisters, y'all would not be my friends.
I know that's right.
And they was looking like, but I'm like, nah, that's for real, though. Like, you can't control the family that you were born into, but it's like, you also don't have to sit and take it and be mistreated either, because there's other people out here that'll treat
you got a soul tribe out here.
Sometimes.
Guess what? Don't forget we had Cain and Abel. They both came out the same womb, and one killed the other, right? So if it's rotten, you go ahead and chop it off. At that moment you get that axe in your hand to chop it. Guess what? Whoever on the chopping pole better know which side they want to be chopped off at. The green or the black. Okay? Real talk. That's that dead stuff. Let it go. Like, hey. Hey, we funny, man. But we've been on here for a minute now, okay? Mm-hmm. So, we're going to wrap this up, you guys. But we may do a part 2. We rapping with you. We just having a moment, and we wanted to come on here and really put it out there and get some feedback, because I want to know where you are. You know, everybody talking about this pandemic and all it done and all this. It did a whole lot.
We know everybody got their dysfunctional stuff that go on in their family. It might not be as extreme as some other ones where you got like incest and all that weird type of stuff going on. But everybody got some type of form of generational curse. Whether it's the communication, how y'all express yourself and handle issues amongst each other, how y'all show affection to each other, because that's a whole generational thing too. If you come from a place that's not really loving and affectionate, that trickles down, and before you know it, nobody in the family, we don't hug, we don't this, we don't that. It's like weird,
because that's the trick of the enemy, baby. To divide and conquer, right? That's divide and conquer. That's what he do. If you can't even say I love you without acting like you sounding like you weak or some, I don't know why, doing the right thing. Well, I've been spoke on that. The world is truly upside down. Okay, all of the abnorm is now the norm. We know this. So to not show love and embrace each other, that's the new fad. But it's time to reverse it. We done made it through. We coming up out this pandemic. So let's come out on the right side of the fence. How about that? How about we come back on that side?
When you say that, the guys actually be more affectionate with each other.
Yeah, guys get along.
I love to see guys be like, "What's up, man? I love you, bro." I be like, "Oh, that's so cute."
I always thought guys could not get along when I was growing up, right? Because they would always be fighting somewhere. Everywhere you turn.
But then they'll be right back friends after
later
the fight.
On, you're right. Later on, they will always be by themselves, loving on each other, having it up.
Like, I love you,
and they brothers now, right?
I love you,
and females, you right, are so freaking catty. It's so sad. Oh, and why I got the cloth shirt on? Oh, let me find out. So catty. Real shit. Mm-hmm. They be ripping each other up off the nonverbal. And that's another even worse.
Dysfunction in some of y'all families.
Yes, because somebody started disliking another one because they competing with them in their own mind, and that went down from generation to generation to generation. That part of the family don't really deal with that part of the family because of the mothers or the grandmothers and whatever, aunties, whatever the hell. That is so true. Mm-hmm. All of it is curses. It's generational curses, and y'all need to start praying on those.
Making your son think he the man of the house. That ain't right, neither. That's a generational curse too. You the man of the house now. He is 7. He's still scared of the dog. How is he the man of the house?
Oh Lord.
What do you want this little boy to do for you?
Damn, they doing it at 7? That's a lot.
Whenever they become the only man in the house, that's when they become the man of the house.
Yeah, well.
And some of them be 7, 6, 10, whatever.
That ain't good, because if you call him the man of the house and he ain't working at 7, he gonna grow up to be 25 years old.
Curse that
and then now y'all mad as shit because he ain't paying no bills.
That's another
but you done told him this what a man of the house look like.
That's
he walking around laying up getting all these gifts and all this free stuff.
Where the men get coddled and treated like babies, and the girls get, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta this, you gotta that. But the son, he's okay, he could do this, you can stay here as long as you want. Yeah,
now he 35, 40 on your couch, or you mad, or in your basement, now you gotta go. No, That's something though. That's still a curse. It is. Like, look at all of the dysfunction. Every last one of it is the breeding ground for the curse. So chop it off. Get it out of there, people. Don't let it stay.
Mm-hmm.
But
No.
But we
don't let it stay. Don't let it continue.
You want to sing?
Make a vow that absolutely not.
Don't let it stay.
No.
Don't let it.
No.
Hit it.
I know. I started over here.
Don't let it stay. No. Don't let it stay. Chop it off. Chop it off.
Chop it off.
Get that root up out of there.
I am so dead. Chop it off. Chop it off.
Hey, but I love it though. Like, real talk, we could go on and on for that, you know?
Yeah.
We really could. That could go a long avenue. Mm-hmm. You know, this may could be a continuation of whatever. But my thing is, like, identify those dysfunctions, those things that now make you so more and more uncomfortable with having to be told to ignore when you know this is not okay. And it needs to stop. Because now you're going to have me telling my children they have to swallow and take and eat this and behave this way. And then therefore their children are going to grow up and they're going to have to do the same thing. That's not okay. Stop it.
And sometimes, believe it or not, like, the reason that it is a curse is because sometimes you don't even have to verbally tell your kid, just take it and don't say nothing. If they see you do it, then they pick up on it, because that's how kids learn. They don't do what you say. True. They do what they see you do. So if they see you get mistreated and abused and whatever the case is, they naturally start, okay, well, my mom do that, so that's probably how it's supposed to go. Like, it's just like acquired stuff that kids pick up along the way. And before you know it, we all, that's Demetrius.
Oh. Time to do it again. Sorry about this, you guys. I thought it was somebody trying to get in because they rings my bell and I'd be like, bye. I don't have nobody coming over. What you doing? He probably got in. But no, real talk, like, this could go on, and it may be a continuation of this, breaking the generational curse. That really needs to be something that we all take to bed with us tonight. You understand? Mm-hmm. And really pray on tonight. And if you got a God, you know him, you speak to him, like, real talk, pray on it.
All you gotta do is really think of, like, what goes on in your family that you wouldn't want to pass to your kids. Like, if you're in a position where you don't already have kids, just think, like, I don't have kids, if you don't, and I want to have kids. What do I not want to pass to my kids from my family?
There you go.
If you don't want to pass it on, it's probably a generational curse that needs to be broken.
And there you go. Because guess what? Not even if it's not even you. Say you can have a healthy family. You understand? But you have a friend or someone that's close to you that's going through certain things that you know it's not okay. Take it with you tonight. Pray on it. And please ask the Holy Spirit be right there in the midst. Okay? That you pray on this thing and allow him to move however he need to move and use you how you need to be used to break the curse, to chop this thing off, to put it back in perspective. We didn't go through all of what we went through and all this shutting down, closing down, riots, protests, lockdowns, and isolated moments by yourself, fighting certain situations that you only can go through with no one there with you. Come on now, people. Real talk. Let's now bring this thing back into the order. The order, okay? Real talk. Put it back in perspective. Take it with you tonight. Pray on it. And I really want to thank you guys for being here with me tonight, and I went out there tonight. I did. But I enjoyed the topic, and I really enjoyed doing it with my girl. This is my girl, you guys. You understand me? Real talk. Like, we family, and we have moments. You understand? We have moments where we don't always agree. And we may have to calm down off each other for a few minutes, but we bring it back and we hear each other out. And we've always been that way. I've always allowed her to have a voice, even as a little girl, right or wrong.
Yeah, she'll be fussing at me and I'll just be sitting.
Yeah, but then I'll
you
let
have
her
something
speak.
you want to say? Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, okay, go ahead, say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say. Yeah, and that's my problem now. I still be forgetting that I am an adult now, so I can say how I feel. I still get caught up in feeling like I'm a kid. I be forgetting sometimes. Like, I'm about to be 30 off this thing. Like,
real talk.
Yeah, I could say what's on my mind and still be respectful though. But
and I think I give her room to be 30. Do I give you room to be 30?
Yeah, I ain't 30 yet.
No, but I'm just saying, I give you room to be an adult woman, right? Yeah. You are a woman now. You're not just a young lady. You are a woman. I got to give you props because I tell any person quick, you are not grown until you got your own shit going on. Real talk. You're not grown until you're on your own. Once you're on your own and you flying, you spreading your wings and you getting your grind, you doing whatever it takes to build your own, that makes you grown. And I got to say, this is a grown woman sitting beside me. It just happened to be my baby girl. It's my baby, though. You know what I mean? But that's what's up. But we rap like this. And we just thought we would go ahead and open it up and just share our normal conversations with you guys. And really, for real, if it resonates with you, and, just leave a little something there if you want to. And I'll look at them and I'm going to start reading them back. I'm going to read them out. And if you want to shout out, just put shout out right there in your comment. And I'll shout you out and we'll discuss that, And it's me and her on this moment right here. And whatever comments you leave, her and I will both come back on here and we will give you feedback from our perspective. We will dialogue with one another. Okay, because there's no right or wrong. This is matters of the heart. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with us, for giving us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, hit the bell, the word all, and I'll let you know when we post something else or I post something else. I love you guys. Thank you. Smooches. Hit the button, Shay. This is not the touch screen.
Oh,
mommy downgraded.
My bad.